All right, hello friends, this is Brain from GameBrain.media. Welcome to the Subscriber 500, where we are racing to 500 subscribers. And I am trying something new. I am now streaming at 4K, a full 38, 4K. It's actually called UHD. There's a full 4K that has 4,000 lines of resolution, but this is 3840 by 2160. Playing on the local machine and streaming to YouTube. Now, for a slow action game like Fishing Planet, this might be okay. I was able to successfully stream in 1440 with my current settings, so I thought, hey, why not? Let's give it a shot. And here we are. I'm going to try this and see how it flies. So let me check the stream. It looks like it's working. Fishing Planet, this might be okay. Ooh. I can hear myself. The stream is live. I can see it in the browser. So let's switch over to. Oh, hope I did that right. Yep, looks good. All right, welcome to Fishing Planet. Welcome to Fantasy Island. No, this is the Florida Everglades in the game Fishing Planet. Yesterday, we caught an 11-pound unique largemouth bass off of this dock right here. My favorite dock. And it is the lily pad channel. However, you can clearly see there's another dock here, the floating thickets, this dock, infinity tunnels, and this dock, the salty delta. Now, this dock is the border of freshwater to saltwater, so they call that brackish water. It's salty freshwater. It's not full salt water. The fish can go back and forth and still be able to breathe and not feel uncomfortable back and forth. But there's some fish that live near that dock that are very much freshwater fish, and there are fish that live further out that are saltwater fish, like the tarpon and the snook. And I think what else is there? Hey, let's look at the fish species. What else is out there? Yeah, the snook. Oh, the snook come in unis, and I don't have one? Are you kidding me? That's crazy. The gar. Oh, well. Oh, wait. Let's see. Does it tell us if they live in brackish water? Marine fish widespread throughout the tropical waters of the western. Yeah, okay, that's a saltwater fish for sure. And a tarpon is a saltwater fish, but they don't really make it clear. You typically find in the tropical and subtropical regions of the Atlantic Ocean and primarily inhabit warmer coastal waters off the Gulf of Mexico. So yeah, ocean fish, dude. Then below the tarpon, you have the warmouth, and that's all. Those are some of the the drum, Massachusetts to Key West, and along the Gulf of Mexico, sometimes called redfish or simply red. These fish most prefer shallow areas. It's not real clear if that's purely a saltwater fish or not, but that's what the salty delta is all about. That's why the word's it's salty, because you can catch saltwater fish and freshwater fish over there. Now, when you're over here at the floating thickets, this is primarily peacock bass. Similar to a largemouth bass, but more colorful with a smaller mouth. Thus, not a largemouth peacock, just peacock. Now, over here at the infinity tunnels, there's all kinds of crap. Largely the same stuff as the other docks, but it's kind of a mixture. Off to the left fork or off to the right fork, you're going to get a little different mix of largemouth, peacocks, and miscellaneous other fish. I haven't fished there in a long time. That's why I'm being kind of like, I don't know what's over there. But let's do it. Let's start over there, and then we'll just work our way into the peacock bass, and then we'll go over to the salty bracket, to the salty, whatever it's called. And also, something I didn't show you last time. In the previous video, I did not open. Oh, look. Oh, that's where my freaking. We might be able to find my best bass right here. Let's see. Weight. Oh, crap. Need to get up into 13 pounders, baby. 18. Unique walleye at 18. 18, 17, 15. Dude, there should be a 13-pound largemouth here. There's 10-pound, 10-pound, 10-pound Xander. There it is. 13.4. Oh man, I would have sworn I had a 13.5 or 13.6, but maybe that was my goal, and they changed the rules, and now the biggest fishes I've seen lately for unique largemouth bass have been 11s and 12s. In fact, we can go look at the leaderboard, and for largemouth bass, not my fish, but all people, and yeah, the highest fish on the list, oops, is a 12.5 pound fish. So anyway, game's great. A lot of depth, a lot of different variety. You can go different places, and let's just look at what this guy's got. He had a shark, dude. He's got a freaking shark, another shark, and whatever this is, a Nile perch. He fished the Nile River, an arapaima, slide rock bolter. Can you believe this thing? It looks like a freak show. That might have been a Halloween fish. That might have been a Halloween fish. Who knows? But yeah, there's lots of different lakes, lots of different stuff you can do here. Yeah, I think this is one of the vampire terrahia. So yeah, that is not a real fish. That's a fantasy fish for their silly holiday tournaments and stuff like that. But fun game, fun, fun, fun. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it if you get it. It's free, so why not get it? But one thing I will tell you is that's not free. You're not going to get a 4-rod stand fresh off the dock, and you don't put a dirt dock or a dirt stand on the dock. You have to buy a specific dock or a specific stand that fits on docks, or it'll fit on the beach also. But those are the things that you're going to learn by buying the game or downloading the free game, and then learning to play over time. All right, so I don't know how deep that rod is set. I wish I had looked at that. So now let's go to the inventory and take a peek. That rod, it's at 32 inches deep. Now, and it's also got a shiner instead of large minnows. I think I'm out of large minnows. I'm going to go ahead and throw this guy 80 inches deep. It's not really a bottom rod, but I got big ass 69-pound braid on here and cut bait. So I honestly don't know what the heck is over here that would hit this, but I have the rod. Throw it. Boom. 80 inches deep. Okay, so now see how in the upper right hand corner, see how that bobber is just laying flat? It's not 80 inches deep over there. It's probably 3 feet deep. So my bait is sitting on the bottom, and that's fine because there might be bottom feeders over here. I can't remember. All right, so that bobber has drifted, if you notice. But let's bounce into the inventory, look at the other bait rod, and that is at a depth of 45 inches. Now, I actually think that this might not be 45 inches deep out there. Oh, I barely made the cast. That's funny. I actually didn't make the cast. I should have let out a little extra line. It would have given me some slack maybe. I think I might be snagged here. No, looks like he's free floating. Okay, so let's look at the inventory again. Check out that's a bait lure. That's a lure, and this is a bait rod at 20 inches deep. So we're gonna throw shallow with this guy, and I guess I should explain these green bobbers that I keep casting at. If you've never played the game before, that's something you can do when you catch a fish. Oh man, I put it in the wrong slot. When you catch a fish, it gives you the option to set a marker where you caught your previous fish. And it will tell you the fish that you caught, the time of day you caught it. No, it only tells you like early morning or sunny. Nah, it doesn't give you that much information. But at least you have a marker. You know that that's the spot in this area where the bass are. Now, I've come and I've deleted all my markers over here. I had a ton of markers. I have a ton of different places that I used to fish here for specific fish. But once I caught the fish, I gave up. I mean, I caught it. I got one. I got the biggest one I could possibly get, a unique or a trophy on this particular lake and dock. So I removed my markers so that I could reuse them elsewhere. You have a limited supply of markers, right? You might start out the game and you only get one marker. So you keep casting at that same marker, and that's where your favorite fish is. Or maybe you get three markers when you start. I don't know. I can't remember. It's been a long time. I should have looked at how many man hours I got in this game. But anyway, I am going to bust out the frog and try something different with this. Yeah, let's go over there. So each one of these little individual hideouts on the right hand side there, there's fish in there, man. I'm telling you. Boy, I tell you what. Oh, that's our bottom rod. Oh, no, it's not. All right, so let's see what we pull up here. Okay, so that was over here at this marker. And it's probably just going to be a bass. There's mostly bass over here. There's some other weird stuff, like maybe the bullheads over here. Maybe the bluegills are over here. I can't remember. It's been ages. Um, Here's a peacock. Not bad. Trophy. I'll keep that. And, just to show you, you don't have to fish at the markers. You can toss it over here. And plop. It's very likely I can catch a fish over there because they're everywhere. There's just some places that are better than others. Now, is anything going to hit this top water as I go by them lily pads? That's what I'm hoping. And I'll tell you, I have fished everywhere along here. Run that whole line of lily pads there. I've fished into that little puddle there, or that little dip out. I've fished over that direction and all the way over to those lily pads, and I've fished right here next to the dock. And yeah, you'll end up doing everything and anything. Oops. What's beeping? Okay, two. Rod two. Or the rod in slot number two. So realistically, I wish I'd have come here with a bunch of large minnows. I've used most of them up, or I've used them all up, and they're gone. So I'm running shiners. I'm going to keep that. That's what I forgot to tell you about was how to see your keep net. Honestly, I don't know what these are. It's now available at Trader Luck. Oh, okay. And that's tournament, and that's a little contest, but you have to be premium membership, which means you pay $10 a month to get premium. That's $120 a year, dude, to get extra points and stuff. To me, totally not worth it anymore. There was a time when I did use it. All right, so now, where is my keep net? How do I look at my keep net? My keep net. Yeah, premium. That's what it's called. You can buy a bunch of stuff in the premium shop. I don't want to be at the shop. Missions, map, advanced fish species, sport. Bro, I'm telling you. How do I get to my keep net? Oh, this. No? Challenges, fish records, profile. So, I don't want to look at that. That's other fishermen on the lake fishing together. Friends, inventory, shop. Come on, man. I figured it would be here from the map. Oh, but it's probably like the. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna have to go and look at the options. Oh, he took a bite and ran with it. Didn't stick around. I didn't get it quick enough. All right, so if you notice, the Everglades exploration has been lit up because that's the mission that I'm tracking. I'm on the Everglades map. I'm tracking those missions, and I have to catch one of every species here at the lake. And not really. They're not listing snook. Oh, exploration 2 would probably give me a cue for, okay, now you got to go find snook and tarpon and that, this, that, and the other thing. So eventually we'll catch the bluegill, a golden shiner, a warmouth, and an Oscar, brown bullhead, and red ear sunfish. Maybe or maybe not. We may not have the bait. We may not have the right rods and the right line. We might have to leave here and come back, go resupply at the home base. But remember yesterday I hit the T button or the T key, and this came up. So I think if I hit I for inventory, okay, that's what comes up here. Yes, fish keeper. All right, so you notice the reward so far is $3,945. It cost us $1,000 just to stay at the lake. So let's call that $1,000 camping fee. I mean, I have an unlimited fishing license for this lake. And I'm on the conservation team here to clean out the overpopulated lake. That's my story that I made up about the game. Because otherwise, I don't know, why are they paying me to catch fish? It's kind of wild. But, so, anyway. That's my story. And I'm sticking to it. So, we're going to use this rod. Chuck it out there at the same bobber. And I know there's... Oh, what the hell happened there? I know there is a bunch of other species here. Like I said, I think there might be the brown bullheads over here. But you got to have the right bait and you got to be in the right place, right? So let me let out some line. Then slot this thing on the rack. Let's get rid of this bottom rod. Don't think we're going to have any luck with that. Go back to rod number 5. Nah. Okay, rod in slot 3. Boom. It's probably going to be peacocks, dude. I should also open up my map, which is like an iPad, and then you get to see what's here. It's going to be another bass. Okay, butterfly peacock and slot 2 now. We're about to bail from this dock. I'm not really set up. I came here for fishing largemouth and not really to do this Everglades exploration. Oh, a trophy peacock. That ain't bad. 6-pounder. And now, what can we get here? Okay, that... oh, this line is so in bad shape. But that bobber was running just a second ago. You could tell that the bait was moving, trying to run from a fish that was chasing it. Now it's static. Sometimes if you see that behavior where your bobber is zigzagging back and forth very slowly, there's a big fish circling your bait, the little fish. So if you just give a little tiny bit of just a tiny tug on the bobber, it makes it that little fish, your bait fish that's swimming around, you give it a tug, oh, suddenly it looks like an injured fish, and the big fish may decide that, oh, it's time to pounce because he's not going to get away. He's hurting. He's hurt. Boom. They'll hit it. All right. Well, we're done here. Just wanted to come over here, and I know there's other species here, but I just don't remember what. And I'm going to pick up my rod stand. Gonna press 9 and put it away. All right. And then, oh, you know what? Yeah, you can fish off here towards the other dock, and you're going to find stuff. Let me grab a rod. Oh, rod and slot one has no line. All right, so I've fished right here, and let's get a different rod. Let's see, what do we got for the smallest hook? Here's the number 7. There's number 7. There's number 7. And this hook size 8. 7. So let's look for the lightest line. That's 20 pound. This one's 69 pounds. 12 pounds. That's probably our best bet right here. This guy. And oh, let's look at this and put this real shallow. Let's go with like 12 inches. I have no idea if there's anything there, and there's a lot of variables, just like real life fishing, right? You got your barometric pressure. If you look in the upper right hand corner, you're gonna see that it's 1:50 p.m. on my second day of fishing at this lake. It's currently 78 degrees, which is a really nice temp. So the surface area, I probably should have gone a little deeper because the fish may not like it so warm at 78 degrees. But you know, this is the Everglades. They experience temperatures where the water's probably 90 degrees. But the wind is southwest at 3.8 miles an hour. And oh, look at that! I can just look in that left-hand corner and see I have 61 pounds of 1,100 pounds of fish. My keep net, I have a net that can handle 1,100 pounds of fish with a maximum fish size in my keep net of 300 pounds. But right now I got 61 pounds of fish worth $4,000, and that pays for my trip. There's a couple of different expenses here. When you start the game and you're at the beginning, yeah, I think I'm too shallow here. Let's go to here. Slide this to, I don't know, 36. I really don't think that spot's 36 inches deep. So if our bobber lips over, I don't know what it's called. If it tips over, it's not. It's actually dangling straight down. That's good. But if it was laying flat in the water, then that would be lilting over, L-I-L-T, I think. Anyway, that would mean our bait is on the bottom and the bobber is unweighted, essentially. But anyway, I was saying something about the oh yeah, okay. So when you go to the main menu in this game, like when you download the game, you're gonna see a globe. The entire world will be floating out there in space. It's really cool graphic, honestly. And then it will show you a bunch of lakes across the United States. If you live in a different country, it might show you a different place where you can start fishing, but it's probably everybody probably starts in Lone Star, Texas. So there's going to be one little green opportunity and 10 little red lake indicators that you can't go to yet. So you go to that. You know, it's been a long time since I've been on that beginning screen, bro. So you see the world. You see a little green lake. That's where you're allowed to fish. It's your starter lake. That's the free lake. So you go there. They give you a free fishing pole. They give you a free bait, or you know, it's included with your startup. So then you fish the hell out of that lake, and there's actually tons and tons of fun stuff to do there. There's a red worm pile, so you can go over and catch a bunch of dig red worms, free bait, out of a compost pile on the side of the bank at Texas Lone Star Lake. Then you just keep fishing, and eventually you can afford to buy dough balls, and the dough balls get you the ability to catch the what is it called, albino? Like there's a white. It's not a catfish. Albino. It's not a drum either, is it? I don't remember. Man, see, it's been really, really long time since I've been to Lone Star, but it's on my playlist. Go to my YouTube channel, look at the video list. Well, look at the playlists, or hit that magnifying glass. Boom, fish on, and search for Fishing Planet, and you will find a laundry list of of stuff, and I definitely covered Lone Star Lake there. But I'm not trying to do an educational series. I'm trying to be entertaining, like play games with me while or watch while I play games. What do they call that? Let's play. Yeah. All right. So, all right, we're gonna jump to a different dock. I'm gonna go over here to the floating thickets, and I'm gonna have. Oh, I used to have some markers here, and I have removed all of my markers. Holy cow! But dude, I'm telling you, I have fished everything along this side, and you'll get random fish over there. You'll get tons of fish, actually. Yeah, well, you get a good quantity of fish. But then over there, I can see one marker, and this rod can't cast that far. So let's go ahead and bust out the rod stand. Set that up right here. Then grab. Yep, I'm going to be able to reach that marker. Oh, I clicked cast just a little too short. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in the dock. And you know what? I'm going to leave this thing live while I run and grab another beer. BRB. Be right back. Yeah, sure. Fish on, quick, 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 quick. Boom. Yeah, my roommate has an aquarium, and he went out and bought new fish yesterday. I hadn't noticed until I went out there to get a beer, and I'm like, hey, are there new fish in there? So, aquariums are awesome, man. I just don't want to do the work. He does. He loves it. Butterfly, peacock bass. All right, so there's one marker out there. But I have fished all along this area. And it's really hard to see, but there's a clearing right there. We're going to drop a bobber in it because that was one of my favorite spots. And I thought, I'll never forget this. I'm just going to take the marker. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Looks like I'm snagged. Bobber's laying sideways. Oh, maybe I'm just too damn deep. Yeah, maybe. Let's see if I go to inventory. Oh, can't open it while the rod is cast. Well, I'm going to have to recast. Check my depth and recast. Okay, so like I was telling you about 78 degree Fahrenheit. Water temperature is 66. Aha. All right, so they might be near the surface for that. So I'm going to go ahead and take 32. Let's knock it down to 24. 2 feet deep is not so bad. Make sure I hit the pocket of the deep water or the open water. But doink, and the bobber's floating. It looks good. A little tug on the bobber. Bam, bam. Into the saddle. And then let's look at the number 7 here. There's another pocket out there that was pretty good. This area, there's a little tiny V shape there. There's a V shape there. Over here at the edges here is I've caught lots and lots of fish in that area. And man, I'm really tempted to go out there. I'm gonna do it. Dunk. All right, and then Gotta look at what other rods I have available for bait. Yeah, I don't want to throw a bottom rod here. It's definitely going to be gar. But right here along the edges. Oh, this is my short casting. Oh well, so I'm going to throw it right there. I got to add more weight here. I need a bigger bobber. But yeah, I think that would work. Just throw a bigger bobber on there, brother. But see, it didn't even reach the edge of those lily pads. I need a bigger bobber. Or a leader that's got some weight on it. Can I add a sinker to this thing? Oh, you know what? They have Texas rigs. They got, well, I don't want to misspeak. So, do they have Texas rigs? They have a variety of, oh my God, you would not believe all the different tackle. And, like I said, it's going to nickel and dime you to death with your in game cash. Because that's the name of the game, is for the developers to make money. So, anyway, I'm gonna skip out of my See, now I'm up to $5,200 in my keep net with my fish. Here's my 11-pound largie from yesterday, still hanging around, and I'm gonna bounce into the backpack. What's under specials? Yeah, that's weird. Here's licenses. I have several licenses that never expire. I've had enough gold coin that I can keep going there. Let me see. What I want to do is put a bigger bobber on this rod. So if I look at the ball bobber, it doesn't tell me the weight. And if I look at terminal tackle, I don't have a big ass bobber with me. If I go to the shop and I look at terminal tackle and bobbers, there's nothing here that's heavier than what I currently have. Oh, here's slider heavy. Do I want to give up 4 gold coins? Dude, I am so cheap, I am not going to do it. But man, I tell you what, if I buy it, it's in my bag. All right. All right, we're going to re-rig this guy. This thing has been constantly, what do you call it? A thorn in my side as to how that it won't cast further. So we're going to go to the terminal tackle. Oh my God, slider heavy. What? It doesn't work on this freaking rod. I gave up 4 gold coin for this thing. Damn it. The slider only works on specific type of rod and rig setups. All right, here's floating weight low, and the oval bobber ain't no better than this one. Floating weight, max floating weight is X. The fuck does that mean? This one says let's see, hover on this. Durability, shape, color. Max floating weight is medium. When you get the ball bobber, it says max floating weight, extra high. Floating weight is high? Well, let's just have a cast and see if this thing goes any further. No. Oh my God. Well, that's all I got. For this trip, we're kind of screwed. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and pull up. Yeah, that bobber out there was snagged. But I'm going to bring it to the edge of the lilies right there. Because I'm here to tell you. And that was snagged. I'm going to leave it there. But at least now it's not snagged. And no. Go back. we're going to throw this guy again. Trying to remember. Yeah, well, okay. That is a good spot. Oh, strike timed out. I didn't grab it quickly enough. Ah, son of a buck. I was too concerned with casting another rod to have that out there while. Oh, and then just before I started reeling it in, I saw the bobber moving. There was something chasing it right there. Yeah, you dirty dog. All right, so yeah, if I pull this up, I'm gonna try to point out to you like how you can set a marker, right? Because I was casting at the edge and the fringe of that of the lily pads, and I got a pretty decent fish here. And this dock is loaded with peacocks, so this might be a trophy peacock, but this is only a 12-pound line, I think. Oh, a frickin' gar? Are you kidding me? 6.5 pounds. All right, well, you keep them because they're all worth money in the game. Even if you never keep a gar in real life, except to cut their head off, because they eat all the bait that the actual fish that you want to catch, um, like rely on to live. So always kill the gar. All right, so that bobber out there was snagged. It didn't wasn't doing nothing, but now I see it moving. So I'm gonna go ahead and let out some line. You roll your mouse button. You notice this down arrow in the lower right hand corner. Down arrow. I've moved my mouse wheel down. Then I hit my mouse button and I'm back reeling. I'm letting out excess line. Now I've moved my mouse wheel forward. I rolled it forward, and now I have tension. And when I reel, it's taking the line up. But when there's a current or when a fish is chasing your bobber, a lot of times you want to give way. So I'll roll down on the mouse, press the left mouse button, release a little excess line, roll my mouse button upwards, and if you forget to roll it upwards and you get a strike, you're going to start reeling and nothing's going to happen. Boom, fish on. Well, it might be gar time over here at this dock. There's different times of day where different fish hit. Yeah, that looks like a gar. So we're probably in the time of day where the peacocks aren't going to be hitting. Probably around dusk and dawn for them. The gar will hit. They'll take anything, any opportunity they get. They will eat everything, kill them all. Come on, get the heck out of the water. All right, trophy gar. Okay, great, 16 pounds. And I am not going to. I'm not going to recast. We're going to move to a different dock. Okay, now I told you when you see my yellow bobber out there, it's going back and forth, back and forth. Now my white bobber's going back and forth, back and forth. I just gave it a little tug. That one's going to get hit. I tell you what, boom, there it is. Yeah, when that bobber, when your bait is running away, trying to run left, turn around, run right, he's on a bobber, man. He can't go too far. Um, and there's going to be a fish tracking him. That's why he's going back and forth, trying to stay away from the big fish. So if you nudge or just you know move that budge, that's the word I'm looking for. Nudge, budge, whatever. If you move the bobber or that rod and that line, that bobber, that hook, just a little bit, just enough to catch the attention of the big fish, he's like, oh, either he thinks that bait is hurt or it's about to make a run for it because it just moved, it wiggled. It was swimming back and forth, boom, and suddenly you nudge the bobber, so It wiggles, it moves, and boom, fish on. I've told you, they will come off your line right here at the dock if you're not careful. A unique, another uni, 19 pounds. That ain't bad. All right, so you know what? Well, I tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and cast right in this area because that bobber was running, which means there was a fish there chasing that yellow bobber. And so what I'm going to do is take my own advice. I'm going to go ahead and nudge that yellow bobber, and now I'm going to move my mouse button down, roll that mouse wheel, hit the left button, back reel a little bit, give it some slack, go to the roll my mouse forward so I have tension on the line. When something strikes, now I'm ready to pick it up. So that red bobber out there, that red and white bobber. Oh, they're both going back and forth. Oh, the red one, it was doing something. I'm gonna give it a little nudge. Yep, it was going back and forth, back and forth. When I picked it up, it nudged the bobber. So, oh, now it's totally still. I'm expecting fish on. If not, I'm going to give it a little nudge. Now, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, just like real life. That yellow bobber is moving, has been moving, trying to get away from something. The bait's something's right in that area, man. We're looking at some opportunities, and we're just waiting for the fish to strike. All right, so I'm rolling out my mouse wheel down, letting off a little line with the left mouse. Now rolling the mouse wheel up to set the snag or set the tension. So if something hits it, gave it a little nudge. That was the way to nudge like that was both mouse buttons at the same time. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, oh, that yellow bobber started really moving. Oh, I didn't notice it. I was in the process of picking it up and I noticed it started moving. Dag nabbit. Gonna give it a little excess line. Let the bait move the bobber wherever the fish is pushing it. Come on, baby. Give me another couple fish here. Now, you can't sneeze at unique gar. Like I said, I chop their heads off. Never throw a gar back in the water, man. Just kill them. I don't care. People say, oh, they control the vermin. Yeah, no, they don't. Yeah. I was going to make a joke, but I better not. Different kind of vermin. People who bathe in the water. People who bathe in the river. That kind of thing. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and try to nudge that yellow bobber and see if we can get any action on it. That red bobber is kind of moving around on us. I'm going to go ahead and give it a little line. See if it's going to do anything. They're killing me here because I was really ready to move to the other dock. And, so many things are time of day dependent here. Certain species will only strike between a certain amount of time in the peak hours. And, you'll find all kinds of charts for that. I have something called a uni sheet, UNI, uni, SHEET, uni sheet. And it's a way to track most of the maps up until a certain point where I quit playing the game because I just was tired of buying new lakes on the regular. So, oh, come on, man. Look at that yellow line moving. Or that yellow bobber moving, dude. Look at it. There's a fish on there. I'm afraid if I touch it, I'm going to yank it out of the Oh, there it is. It just held still. It's good. It's about to go down. It's about to go down. About to go down. Come on, man. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and touch it. All right, so I just nudged it. Oh, picking up that line. Or picking up that rod off the rod stand. Gonna let a little extra line, let it do its thing. See, there's something out there that's been teasing me for 10 minutes now. You better strike, mother fisher. See, now I don't have the appropriate tackle to do the Everglades exploration. I wasn't coming here intending to do that. I came here just to try to catch a better largemouth and see if I could beat my previous record. And then I realized they were lowered the best fish in the lake. There just aren't any 13-pound bass anymore. There's only 12s and 11s. So it's probably time for me to pack up and leave the Everglades and go somewhere else and do something else. I'm just curious how this slow-paced game is going to stream in 4K on YouTube with my current internet connection speed and the capture. Like, I'm not recording a local capture. I'm only streaming and not recording locally, I think. Pretty sure those are my settings. And, maybe that's the thing. The game couldn't play the game, record locally, and stream it. I can record, I can play the game and record locally at 4K, but I was playing the game at 4K, streaming at 4K, and recording at 4K, and those three things all at once maybe is what killed the golden goose or choked the video card. All right, we're done here. I'm not waiting around for you punks. Get with the program, dude. Okay, I'll give you 2 more minutes. Anyway, my hope is that I'll be able to play at 4K and stream at 4K as long as I'm not recording at 4K. That's a third layer of difficulty for the video card. And by doing it with this way, maybe that's why, streaming at 1440 was fine, because I stopped doing local capture along with gameplay, local capture, and streaming. Choke point. Just two of the three, I'm good. Everything's good. So I'm hoping that I can stream at 4K on YouTube, and we'll keep this game rolling. Well, we'll keep the whole frickin' channel rolling, baby. All right, gonna pick this guy up. Boom. Put it away. Go to the map. And bounce over to the old salty dock. We are at peak time of day. If you notice here on the map, this right here, we are at 3 p.m. Where's the time of day? Here you go, 3:26 over here. And yeah, it's looking pretty good for us to catch some fish here. But like I said, I came here for bass. I'm not really outfitted to catch the little fish or the things that are here. But I did forget to show you this, the map. And here I am at that's Infinity Tunnels. Here I am at Salty Delta. And out here is a marker for the unique gaff topsail catfish. That one that I caught at the time of that marker was 8.2. Later in my life, or my career, if we looked at my fish records, I think I have one of these that's over 10 pounds, dude. It's really cool. That's nice. It's nice. And here's another one at 8.2. Here is another one at 5. This is probably the warmouth. Oh, Oscar. Okay. And then out here, we've got the red drum, another red drum, and another red drum. So that tells you there's the hot spot for the red drums. I should clean up some of these markers because I because I can. I should. So there's a snook that's 37. The other snook, oh, yeah, okay, maybe they're both 37, or I just can't separate the two. And then there's channel cat. Can you believe it? Of all things, there's a 5-pound channel cat out here. There is also a spot for tarpon, and I believe it is this dark hole out here. Past, oh, there you go. I marked that channel catfish, but notice that I labeled it a tarpon spot. If I cast at that area and go beyond that, I can get into that deep hole where there might be. So that's going to be out there, and what I'm going to have to use for that, I'm going to have to use for that is the bottom rod, or it's not really a bottom rod, it's just right this. So let's go ahead and chuck one out there, but I'm going to put it on the rod stand so I can cast smaller rigs closer here. Boom. Now I'm casting way beyond that because I know there's a deeper hole beyond those markers, right? If we look at, oh, I can't take out the map while the rod is cast. I don't think I can look at the map. Oh, I can. Once I rack the rod, so I shot at that tarpon spot. Oh, I might have shot at this spot. Yeah. There's a 37 and that one's a 37. So why am I wasting 2 markers out there? I believe that's those guys. No. That's drum, drum, drum. That's right there. Drum, drum, drum. I should have cast. Okay, you see it over there by the clump of trees? Alright. I'm going to pull this in. I'm going to pull it back at least right to these bobbers. But over to the left, you can see that clump of trees, and in front of that, there's a marker. Holy cow, got a fish on. I was looking at the bobbers, or I was looking at the green markers. I wonder what I got. Probably a snook. I think I cast at the snook and catfish spot. No, that's what yeah, that's it. That right in front of me, I believe, is the snook spot. That's where I was casting towards. Anyway, hope you picking up what I'm throwing down. There's tons and tons of variety from this game. Pick a lake, any lake, and you got 10 different species to catch in 3 different varieties. Quite often, there's going to be oh my god, there it is, a unique common snook. This is my first unique snook at this lake. It might be my first unique snook anywhere. So, woohoo! Yay for me. I don't have the awards or thing over here. Everglades Exploration 2 would have probably clicked it off my list. But yeah, very nice. Hell yeah. 37 pounds. A unique snook. Okay, so no need to cast over there anymore. Oh. Alright. Let me put this down. Just so I can pick up the map and look. Okay. This black area, that's not a deep hole. That's the island with all the trees on it. Then there's shallow water next to the island. Then there's deep water where I have a marker when I caught a channel cat, but that's the place that I caught the tarpon. Now, I can't remember what the hell I caught a tarpon on, but I'm just going to leave that out there. So, in the meantime, I'm going to see if I can rig something up something really lightweight. 20 pound. Here you go. 12. Yeah, 12 pound. 36 deep. Smaller. I need a smaller hook. So let's think about a number 4. And bait. Man, what do I have for bloodworms? I think bloodworms might be the way to go for. Oh, that's blood. Well, let's try this. You know what? Let's look at the map. See if it tells us what bait was used on these. Nope. So I don't know offhand what quality food or bait the catfish here prefer. But we're going to fool around and find out. This is a 20 pound. This one is also 20 pound. So I'm going to go with 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot. Okay, so there's 1 foot. That one's deep. This one's at 27 with blood on it. And I'm going to make the other bait rod 3 foot deep. And I'm going to throw bloodworms on it. And I'm going to cast that one. Then I'm going to bounce over to this guy. And man, I just don't know. Mayflies, maybe? For these catfish? That doesn't seem right. I think night crawlers. Or maggots. So there's a guide you can find. And you're going to find. Boink! There's a guide that will show you the different food for the different type of fish, right? A lot of fish won't catch or won't bite something they're not comfortable with or they don't want to eat, right? So here's bloodworms. So I'm going to go ahead and ask a question in chat. And I'm going to back reel or roll my mouse backwards, click my mouse button to reel out a bunch of slack line. Then I'm going to rack this thing. Then I'm going to hit enter. What bait for the sail fin catfish? And why isn't the chat window popping up? Now we're at the peak time of day. I may not get an answer. I thought you just hit enter. Yeah, that enter actually starts it up, but man, I know there's a way to see the chat window. I know it. Units, language, mouse, bindings, controller, video. It's probably the wrong time of day for the fish, but okay. Enter does do the typing thing. Tab, that's it. So there's 3 people in the room. And if I stop and, oops, go over here, tab, dagnabbit, I want to switch over to the global tab. There's only 3 people in this room, and I can't remember how to do the controls on the chat window thing. Oh well. Okay, let's see what this guy is. The Oscar. But, you know, I mean, it really doesn't help. It doesn't tell us. It's an 11-inch Oscar, but what bait? It was early morning. So here we are fishing at 4 o'clock. We're not going to catch these things. The gaff top was early morning, evening, and early morning. And the tarpon was, oh, well, the catfish marker is a tarpon. So anyway, I wanted to give you a tour of the docks, so you could figure out that, you know, there's things to do here. Um, like there's a lot to do here. I'm gonna go ahead and reel this in, but I want to show you, like that stick, that stick, that stick, a couple more sticks, another. There's no stick. That's a reflection. Here's another stick, and then here is the island, and around that island are different fish. So if I go ahead and throw this guy out there with waxworms or red maggots, you know, what the hell am I going to catch out there? I don't know. There might be catfish dangling around. I don't remember how deep this particular setup is. So you have to take all those different things into consideration. That's why it is actually a really fun game, because it forces you to do a little bit of analysis, right? You have to look at the weight of your line and whether that matches your rod and reel. You should always have a descending hierarchy. If you have a 10-pound rod, you should have a 9-pound reel and 8-pound line. So the rod is strongest, the reel is second, and the line is the weakest link. Actually, after the line, some people use a heavy leader on a light line. I don't understand that. I thought you'd always want to put a light leader on there so he doesn't rip off your line. But I don't know. I am not a real life hardcore fisherman guy, so it's possible that having an overpowered leader, I guess that's the thing. A fish might go so hard after your bait that they swallow the bait and they bite down and cut off your leader, cut through the leader with their teeth. Well, I tell you what, Michigan is a fantastic place to fish. Speaking of fish with teeth, there's muskie and northern pike there, and they can bite through your leader. Man, it's great. It's a great lake. It's one of my favorites. But this, more or less, was a test to see if I can play at 4K and stream at 4K and not have a bunch of frames dropped or loss. And now I think, just talking to myself during the stream, that I can record online at 4K as long as I'm not also recording locally, which I did as a backup precaution in case the stream sucked. At least I'd have the gameplay. And it records to the local hard drive, which is fine without any loss, but it was dropping everything as I was trying to stream online. And now, maybe I've solved that mystery, that I can either play the game and record at 4K locally on the hard drive, or play the game and stream at 4K, but I can't do all three at the same time. So as long as I'm not recording locally, I can stream. But I'm not really streaming live. I'm cheating the system, basically. And that's for my own knowledge. I'm not really cheating the system. I'm streaming, but I'm unlisted until I make this stream live. So I really don't have the requirement to, what's it called? Like nobody's in my chat. So I'm not being interrupted. I'm not being sidetracked. I'm not being distracted by people actually streaming. Someday, maybe, I will get there. But for now, this is just me talking to myself. And I'll probably cut all this because I'm going to have to, because this is boring and nobody cares. All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up here, because there's really nothing going on. You know what I might do? I might try to shallow fish. Let's say it's 60-degree water temp. Yeah, it could bring fish to the surface. I'm gonna go ahead and grab some mayflies and a smaller hook than this even. Let's grab a number 8, 6. Oh shit! Did I just put a 7 on a 6/0? Yeah, I'd put on a 6/0. Silly boy. Hook 1 is not good. A 2/0, maybe a 1/0. Seems to be. Well, I have an 8. Oh, that's a pretty small hook. All right, a number 8 with a mayfly at 12 inches deep. Let's go over there and try to hit that warmouth spot. Because guess what? There's more here than just this guy. This is kind of an area where any kind of sunfish will potentially exist. I really don't know if the mayfly is a favorite of the warmouth, but you know what we can do? Yeah, we can't go there while the hook is, or while the rod is cast. But we can go look at the species and it tells us what specific fish or what specific baits they enjoy. All right, so let's pull this up. And you know what? Might as well just pull up everything. We're about ready to boogie here. Now, I don't know if this is going to work with faster paced games like, racing. Can I stream and will it update if I'm not recording in 3 different directions, right? Gameplay, local recording, and streaming. If I'm only doing local gameplay and streaming, maybe it can handle doing doing the stream in 4K. But time will tell. Let's take a look here at that's the gaff top, and this is the Oscar. All right, now if we hit the escape key, come on, then we go and we look at the map and we go to the fish species and we look at the gaff top sailfish. They like shrimp. Aha! That's what I was getting those guys with. I had great luck with shrimp. And then the Oscar, marshmallow, semolina balls, redworms, and bloodworms. Okay, well, I have some redworms and bloodworms with me. And also, I believe that area is the red ear sunfish area. So let's go ahead and look at this. Yeah, redworms, bloodworms. And what they have in common is bloodworms. Okay, so gonna do that. And you know what? Oh, the warmouth. Yeah, bloodworms, bloodworms, bloodworms. There we go. We have commonality there. So let's go look at the. Notice the largemouth bass. I've caught a common, a trophy, and a unique because there's a little checkbox there. If we continue to scroll upwards, I have a common, a trophy, and a unique, but this system wasn't implemented prior to the last time I played the game. I believe this is a copycat of my concept called the Unisheet, UNISHEET. It's in my playlist for Fishing Planet. I've talked about it for years, and there it is. I caught a common snook today. Earlier in the stream, I mentioned that I have not had the checkbox marked for the unique. I had a checkbox marked for the trophy, but not the unique. So isn't that interesting? All right. Well, it's interesting to me. All right. So I'm going to grab some bloodworms. And I'm going to go ahead and grab this. Boom. We can walk it over here. Go ahead and throw it out. Why not? Then, got to go to the inventory, and I currently have bloodworms on this rod. I'm going to bring it down to 12 inches. Boom. And toss it right out there. Now, this is not the ideal time of day. I just want to see if I can get one. Because why not? Now, let's see if I got this guy. Tiny hook. Go to the bait. Grab the bloodworms. Where'd they go? Boom. Okay, so there's that. Now let's look at the other lightweight. Oh no, I guess it's kind of lightweight. Well, it said it likes blood, so let's just go ahead and do this. And it didn't look at the depth on that, but I guess I can do that if I go like this. Park all the rods, hit inventory. Rod 1 is at 12, or rod 2 is at 12 inches deep. Rod 4 is at 27 deep, and the other one is 7. Oh, look at that. Fish on. Yanked that right out of the water like nothing. 5 XP gained. See that? Those 3 red arrows? I've got a super overpowered rod for, coming here to catch little baby bait fish or little baby sunfish. So, I mean, I'm not planning. I don't really care about collecting XP points. But normally I would like to have. Oh, there it is. Oh my God, another one. So this depth is making these guys pretty happy. But I have an overpowered rod, so I'm gonna ditch this. I'm gonna look at this rod's setup. I'm 12 inches deep with bloodworms. Now, can I go with the much lighter? Where is it? This rod. Okay. I'm gonna pull this one in and show you, if I can, the difference in getting this guy. Set it at 12. Depth of 12. Get bloodworms on there. Oh, also change out the hook to, let's go with the number 8. Let's see, was that what I was using on a 2 rod? Yep. So small hook, bloodworms. But this time, hopefully, I'll be getting some XP. Ah, yes, I didn't change out the hook, so it's got a big ass hook and a tiny little thing here. Ha! Look at that. Ah! Yanked him out of the water in a heartbeat. Bluegill. Yes, look at that. I'm killing it on the Everglades exploration thing. Caught some of the baby fish that I'm supposed to catch. Oh, look at that. Boom. A warmouth. Let's see. Yep. Rod 2. So all these little guys live near each other. And let's see, there's another bait rod here. Yep, that one's not cast. Oh, can you believe it? Honestly, I love catching sunfish or, panfish. Oh, looks like a fat little trophy bluegill. Yeah, baby. I love it. I absolutely love it. I have some fat bluegill, red ear sunfish, on my Fishing Planet playlist. Oh, did he get away? No. It's just so light it's flopping around. I got the golden shiner, dude. So now I need the red ear sunfish, which is on the opposite side of the dock, actually. Um, I think. Pretty sure the red ear is right over here. Yep, 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 yep. I'm pretty sure. So I'm going to do this. Then we're going to go ahead and look at the map, species, red ear. There it is, red ear. And bloodworms will be fine. And we can also use all kinds of other stuff. So let's go with the red ear here. Boom. It might be a complete, oh, silly boy. It might be the wrong time of day. Oh, what's the other one? 6? Yeah. Pretty sure it's like over here. And then the 4, yeah. It's like a really awkward place to fish. But I'm pretty sure the red ear is right here in this area. I'm just afraid it's the wrong time of day. And the brown bullhead, man, I cannot remember where the brown bullhead is. I think it's over there at the farthest dock where we started at. I think that's where the brown bullhead lives. But it might be over here because this is kind of a weird area. It's really got an odd combo. Ah, yeah, it's probably over here. From the direction we're looking, the dock that leads to the land, far off to the left, the water goes around a corner, and I think the bullheads are over there. But don't quote me on that. All right, let's see. We're not getting real far here. What if I tossed it over here? Should probably try maybe instead of everything bloodworms, put some waxworms out there. Stuff like that. Mix it up. Let's try that. Pull this guy in. Go look at the inventory. Go look at the map, actually. Fish species. Andes. Ridders. Crickets. Maggots. Blood and waxworms. Okay, let's look at the bait. We have blood. We don't have crickets. We do have maggots. Let's go with maggots. Then we'll try blood on another one. Oh, it didn't take it. Oh, I didn't swipe it. Okay. I just seem to remember that that the red ear were over here. they might be out that way. Yeah, let's try it. They might actually be right here along the dock, too. Or it might just be the complete wrong time of day. So let's go ahead and have a look at the weather. Now we're at peak fishing hours, man. I mean, we're just on the downside a little bit. And I deleted any. Like, this is not where you get trophy red ear. So I was, oh, yeah. I was just trying to get every species on the lake, and I got them, and they are here. I'm fairly certain it's on this side of the dock, but it might be like right there under the dock, like under my rod stand, kind of right there at the edge of the dock. You might have to come stand over here and cast that way. Let's try it. That one that's far out there ain't doing dick, so haven't had a bite, haven't had a snag. Or, I mean, haven't had a bite. Don't want a snag. Like right there. So as you can see, there's a lot of stuff to this game. Different ways to make money, different ways to buy gear. You can buy gear with in-game money. You can buy extra premium quality. It gets you about a 30% boost in the money that you earn from every fish. I don't know. I don't know specifically. I'm just ballparking a guess. Um, doesn't give you double. Doesn't give you 50% more XP or money or anything else. But I somehow think it might be right here, right so close to everything. But I'm leaning towards the fact that this is the wrong time of day, man. And, are Redder going to be that out far away from being able to hide and run for cover? Probably not. They're little tiny fish. So they probably keep in the area of cover and self defense. Okay. Yeah, dude, there's so many nuances to learn regarding the game. That it'll be fun and challenging, especially if you enjoy a little bit of analysis and application of your theories. Boom, boom, boom. But really, it's a game. It relies on a random number generator, RNG, random number generator ring, and depending on spawn rates and time of day and how many uniques and how many commons have been caught recently by you, the individual fisherman. Yeah, pretty cool. Interesting thing. Lots and lots of variables to everything about this game. So. I heard a little beep beep. I don't know why. Well, I think we've seen about all the action we're going to see for today, and I'm going to wrap it up and probably start somewhere else with a whole different loadout because I'm kind of like kind of dry on My rods need new line. I need to rebuild some rods. I need to rebuild rods for specifically for sunfish. Like I always like to bring a small, medium, and large for bait, small, medium, and large lures, and then the middle rod is a deep rod. So I have a 7 rod. Oh, you're not going to start out with a 7 rod opportunity. You're going to have 1 rod. That's it. And eventually you have to buy a rod case. And I'm telling you, skip buying the 2 rod case. Buy a second rod, but ultimately just move up to go from level 1 rod to level 3 rod. Eh, you know, if you can, depending on the game's mechanics, if they haven't changed. And then eventually it'll present you with the opportunity to buy a 2 rod case or bring 2 rods to the lake. Don't do it. Wait until you can get a 3 or 4 rod choice. Always leapfrog that next best thing. Wait, wait, wait. As long as you can hold out, don't go for the easy next purchase. Hold out, hold out, hold out, and leapfrog. Jump over this first offering they give you and get on the second thing, or the level above what they're offering you. If it's rod 1 for 10 pounds, rod 2 for 20 pounds, and rod 3 for a 30-pound line, skip the 20-pound. Keep using that 10-pounder until you can afford the 30. And then you're going to be in a much better position, in my opinion. But like I said, it's been years since I've played. I've just did this as a streaming test because it's not racing. It's beautiful, but it's not real fast moving, right? So it is sunset though, and it's beautiful. It's a great game. I love it. I have tons and tons of hours here. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up my rods. And yeah, you never want to leave your stuff out when you exit the game. Only because I've heard people say that their stuff disappeared. Now that might have been resolved. It might be an old issue. But I always pick up all my junk before I ever leave the lake. Put it away. Come back another time. I'm probably going to, let's see how much I got. I made $8 grand. And I don't know however long we've been streaming. About an hour? Maybe a little longer? Let's see. An hour and 27 minutes. Are you kidding me? Time flies, dude. Hour and a half stream. But hey, I was able to prove that I am streaming at 4K. And as long as I'm not recording 4K, it's fine in a slow-paced game like this. Next up, I'm going to try some racing. So as you can see, we picked up a couple of those little fish. Didn't get the red ear, but we did get a unique we got a trophy bluegill. Oh, we didn't get a unique blue. All right. We got that's it. The unique snook, 37 pounds. A unique gar, 19 pounds. That ain't much special. We got the 11-pound. But look at the money and the XP, 572 and 779 on that fish. On the snook, whoops, I'm not releasing that. Are you kidding me? We got only 382 XP, but $962. So less XP, more money for the snook. Weird. And then the gar, way less money, and more XP than the bass. I don't understand their valuation system of XP and cash value, but it cost us $1,000 to renew our license and stay on the lake overnight, or buy our campsite, or whatever you want to look at it as. I like to make up little stories that go into the game. Whether the game supports them or not, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So I paid $1,000. I made $8 grand. It was a good day's fishing. And until next time, Game Brain is gone. Oh, wait. Wait. Let's do this. There you go. Until next time, Game Brain is gone.